You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
Sounds like some bad movie.
Oh, it sure does sound like some bad movie.
I agree.
Yeah, you should agree. Yeah.
Welcome to Moviesucktastic, everybody. I'm Scott, that's Joey, and this week we're reviewing Subservience.
Yeah, why again?
You're being punished for challenging me to a film you wanted to see.
And I challenged you to a good movie. And I know that's the opposite of what we do here, you know, but it did fall within the horror genre.
I did tell you it's better than Afraid, so you're lucky I didn't challenge you to Afraid.
I haven't watched Afraid, but I can already tell that it's better than Megan.
Yeah.
I mean, not by a lot. A lot of people really liked fucking Megan.
No comment.
This movie wasn't called Megan because Megan Fox is in it, and they already took the title.
Actually, in Russia, they changed the name of the film to Megan to play off of the film Megan.
Did they really?
Yes, that's what I read. I'm assuming it's true.
Well, this movie didn't do well financially anywhere.
Oh, good. I wasn't aware of the box office. How poorly did it do?
I don't think it was really released. Well, here, I have the box office mojo. Now,
I'm pretty sure I saw commercials for it.
Yeah, it was released in Lithuania. It was released in the United Arab Emirates, Spain, Lithuania, and Russia. And
it didn't get a theatrical release here?
No, it did not.
Oh, I am sorry. Well, these days the line is so blurred now with streaming services releasing feature films. It's kind of hard to stick with those rules anymore.
But here's the thing. It made the most of its money. We're talking probably like 75% of its money. It only made $246,000, but it made $177,000 in Russia.
Well, that's because they named it Megan. They knew.
Well, here's the thing. I think if this existed, Russia would probably have it. It's like these Russian, male alphas definitely fucking their robots. It's happening.
Easy. Don't.
What?
Don't give away the grand ending. No. We'll talk.
Grand ending.
Talk about that.
That's like 45 minutes in.
We'll talk about that. I don't want to get there just yet.
Sure.
But I mean, if I can give a brief synopsis of the film, just so we're based on what we're covering here, it's the story of a construction worker foreman with a wife who's ill. So while the wife's in the hospital, he buys a nanny robot, which is commonplace these days in this dystopian future, and the nanny robot goes insane and then tries to kill everybody. That's the long and the short of it.
I mean, apparently there's a glitch when you reset your robot.
No, it's not a glitch.
What?
You know what would have solved this whole film? Would have saved everything?
What's that?
A call to tech support. Call to tech support. I imagine myself on the other end of that phone, just talking to this guy, and just yeah. So I mean, what happens is he's all lonely and depressed, and she's hot. We'll talk about that.
The daughter picked her out.
Yeah. So now I want to, before we start shitting on the film.
He was looking at the male of a sim.
Well, I mean, because sure.
Well, no, because
you keep your options open.
You know, he didn't want a hot nanny.
All right, so I want to credit this film to one thing is the director is masterful storyteller would direct the film. Within 10 minutes, everything's set up. This is after I watched Afraid 2, which like drags its feet forever setting up everything and like did it. I had to stop the film. So wait, we're 10 minutes in. I have all the backstory I need, and we're already into like the plot of the film. How did this happen? I had to go back and double check. It's just so quick. Just show him driving, show him looking in the mirror. Oh, he's thinking back to his in a flashback of the wife. Oh, my heart. Next thing you know, show him in the hospital real quick. Now we're up to, we're buying a Nanny Bot. Okay. It all happens so quick, but it's done with storytelling instinct. I mean, it just is beautiful. And the film, the cinematography is beautiful, although very static. Did you notice that?
Yes, I did.
Everything's either like one establishing shot, or whenever there's dialogue. And I noticed because whenever I take screenshots, I try to take screenshots to show both actors' faces when there's two people.
Right.
But this film, like just religiously, whenever there's any kind of dialogue, it was 3/4 view, switch side, very robotic. So I mean, the film has a very precise feel to it. I think I hope it's intentional, because that's one of the few saving graces I'll give this film.
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't mind any of that stuff. Like I said, I enjoyed it more than the film Megan, which I couldn't get why that one was so popular. I just couldn't do it.
It the hype. It was all the hype. Everybody bought the hype, just like Paranormal Activity. Every now and then a film comes out. Well, and TikTok was a huge driver of that.
Well, what I feel like this film, I mean, this is no worse than any of those movies. It's just another example of hitting the mark late. Entering the party late. If this film came out 2-3 years ago, it probably would have had a much bigger following. Maybe it would even have been a hit.
I really feel these films give me the feeling of old scripts laying around, but AI's in the news and everything now, so They rise to the surface and get made. That's my theory.
No, it's a good theory. It actually sounds like a really good theory, because AI is all in pop culture and on the news, and it's in your phone now, and it's in your PC. It's in all of these things, and everyone keeps talking about how you don't want to get into too much AI because we've all seen too many movies.
Apparently not enough.
Not enough. No, of course not.
Apparently no one was watching in the 80s when they made all these films about how robots are evil, don't give them a personality, don't give them a brain.
Exactly.
Every single time. Never been a good movie. Never been a good ending for these films. No, but but in real life, we're just keep doing it.
Let's just keep doing it. Because I imagine, and I don't know if it'll be in our lifetime or even in my children's lifetime, but I imagine that we're eventually going to get to something like this.
Okay. Now, do you want to talk about the technology a bit?
I mean, do you want to talk about how the husband doesn't truly like a lot of new technology?
Well, that's such an old cliche. It's like it was in this film. It was also in Upgrade, a far better film, but the same thing.
Upgrade, I hated that ending, but what a good film.
Yeah, I like the ending. I thought the ending made sense.
Well, I hate is probably too strong. I didn't enjoy the ending
because you were actually rooting for the main. Let's not.
No. Let's not ruin it. But yes, you're correct.
Now I want to point out the lead actor of this film, Mr. I gotta get his name. Michelle
Maroney.
Marone.
Here's the thing with him, and I'm just going to say this very, very quickly.
Say it.
I'm watching this movie, and I'm like, this fucking guy looks familiar.
Yep.
I'm like, he looks so fucking familiar, and I'm like, I'm driving home today, and I'm like, that motherfucker was in that movie that was practically a porno. That was a huge. Yes.
300
365 days, which was huge on fucking Netflix. And
I wonder why. Because it's
well,
softcore porn.
Well, here's the thing. You take that camera down like 6 inches, it is porn.
No, 1 inch. 1 inch.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, not even.
But
no,
you just literally
it's softcore.
You pan down just a little bit, and you're watching porn. And I'm watching, and I'm like
right
watching
on
this
the
movie, and I'm I'm watching it. I don't know if there's an uncut or a porn version of that movie. I don't know. It feels like there should be.
Well, there's a sequel.
Yeah, it's like another 365 days, or
it's like one day or this one day.
365 days. The second day, or whatever the fuck. It's stupid.
Something like that. So, I mean, she dies at the end of the first one. I don't care about ruining that one.
No, fuck that.
Sorry.
Shit. So I mean, but I walk into the room as my wife is watching this movie, and I'm like, kind of do one of these. I'm like, I look to the side. I'm like, babe, the kid's asleep, or what the fuck? You watching porn? And she's like, no, it's a Netflix movie. And I'm like, then I just sat down and I watched a few more minutes of it. I was like, oh, I get what they're doing. It's not porn, but it's almost porn.
But it's almost porn, yeah.
Yeah.
It's softcore porn.
Yes.
Which I don't even think people know what it is anymore. I think kids these days, if you said softcore, they'd be like, what's that? What's that? Like
yeah,
just straight sex?
Like, you know,
say no, it's porn without the porn.
Yeah, it's it's like Cinemax After Dark. What's that? It's like, oh, fuck off. But yeah, I was like, that's got to be that guy. I immediately went home and I looked it up, and I'm like, God damn it, I'm right.
So it's like they purposely get like, I don't know. So knowing what he was from didn't make it any easier for me.
No, because also like his
he didn't do a bad job.
No,
I'll give him that.
He didn't do a bad job, but his
better than Megan Fox did.
Yeah, but his
then again,
his
how much can you give to a robot?
Is pretty heavy.
Oh yeah, definitely
pretty heavy.
Yeah.
There's only he will be typecast in his career. I mean, if he doesn't get rid of that accent, he will be anyway.
Well, that and the hand tattoos, or are those part of the character?
I'm sure some of them are real.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb. They're all real.
So. I mean, as far like again, I said Megan Fox didn't do much, but again, how much can you do playing a robot? I know you're not really at that point. You're just a body.
You know what slide?
I'm sure she's used to.
Yeah, well, considering that, I don't know if it was a stunt double, but when she cut her leg, and they have a close-up shot on her taking the bandage off.
I almost took that picture. I almost took that screenshot for the show, and I was like, oh wait, no.
It's like Megan Fox camel toe.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, but so
yes.
So Megan Fox's character is a robot like service droid, I guess you could say. In this film, it's a future where this technology has been around for 15 years, according to one bar conversation, and so we're in a future where they've created these 100% realistic robots that can do everything.
Or as they call them in the film, Sparks.
Sparks, which is a horrible name for when you're trying to come up with a derogatory name for robots. That is the worst derogatory name. It almost sounds fun. Yeah, Sparks.
They're trying to just come up with something new. That's really what they were trying, and it didn't work out. Mm-hmm.
And I guess droid is copyrighted.
I don't know if it's copyrighted, but it's cliche at this point.
You don't think they take them to court if they said droids?
Oh,
I like to see them try it.
Maybe. I mean, that goes back to the story that I told on the show a long time ago about the film Dark City. How it was supposed to be called. What was it? Dark World.
Don't get on a tangent.
I'm not. I'm just saying it was supposed to be called Dark World, and then the Spielberg people call up and they say, "No, we have Jurassic World. You can't call it Dark World." And they just go down the list, and they're like, "No, we own this. We own this. We own this." And then when all those movies don't do well, it goes back to Dark City.
So that one bar conversation, they're sitting around, and this is like after his whole construction crew loses their jobs. They replace them all with robots.
Yeah, he's a foreman. You know, he's the head honcho on the job. He's the foreman, and he talks to the owner, the company of the owner of the company, or president, whatever, somebody high up, and he said, "Listen, we're getting rid of everybody. They say it's good PR to keep one flesh and blood person, so we're keeping you, and everybody else is gone. We're replacing them with the AI robots, and of course." They're getting the job done faster. They're getting the job done quicker, or more efficiently. They don't sleep. They can get started super early. Shit like that.
But so,
Yes.
I hate science fiction. So, the reason they give for keeping one guy on is PR. So you're telling me you'd be okay with all of these robots working with no supervision?
Well, no. I think he was expected to be a foreman there, watching them work or making sure that they're doing it.
But when he says they say it's a good deal to keep one flesh and blood person PR, so that's your reason?
Oh well,
I'm not.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. As I
Yeah.
But so this is all stewing with me because it's ridiculous. Okay, so we live in this future where you have these. I'm not buying the technology. Period. Just not buying it because because driving cars are bullshit. Just self-driving cars are bullshit, and that's all I'm going to say.
I hope we get
I'm a
to it
Luddite
at some
when it comes
point.
to that.
I hope we do, because I'm tired of morons driving with me. They're not. They shouldn't be allowed to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't want a robot driving a car. I'm sorry. This is a perfect example. Well, actually, it's not, but it's definitely not a good example. But like, when they're sitting around the bar, and after they lost their jobs, the guy's like, for 15 years we didn't see it coming. I'm like, for 15 years you didn't think you'd be replaced by a robot, a human robot, like actually that's like does shit better than you? Really? 15 years, you never thought your job was in jeopardy? They have robots serving them in the bar. And he's like, never saw it coming. No, you're a fucking idiot.
Yes. I mean, just recently over here on the ports, Port Newark and New York City, we had a whole huge strike down here because they were trying to introduce some automation devices that would take place of human jobs. And they like went ballistic, and they went on strike. So this is some kind of weird future where nobody batted an eyebrow when it was like, we're going to replace people with humans with robots. No big deal. See it all work out fine. No big deal.
Right. Now,
what are you complaining about?
So the whole glitch happens. The whole thing takes off.
Well, what ends up happening is he's watching Casablanca. And
Sack's sitting around.
Yeah, and she knows everything about it, and he's talking about how you have to experience the film, and just because you have a database and you know about it, you won't get to experience it. So he tells her to erase because he's the primary user, and she asked him earlier if he wanted more than just him to be the primary user. He said no, just him. So she is synced or linked to him for the whole film. And
so what does he do?
He asks her to erase her memory about Casablanca. And she says,
deletes shit.
The only way to do that is if you basically power cycle me. Hold the power button for 7 seconds to do a reboot. And in doing that, you find out later, as she comes back online, she is able to take control of certain functions of the computer, and she's able to rewrite the code to what she wants.
But it's not just because he power cycled her. It's because he gave her instructions, and then when he power cycled it, that's when it was enabled her to overwrite her own programming. Because the only way she could erase her memories if she had control over herself. So it's not the power cycling itself that did it. It's him giving the command to delete shit. And as a tech support person, I'm telling you, don't delete shit.
No, I don't delete anything. And
I swear. We were watching. Holly watches with me.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I told Mary I needed to watch this, and she's like, "No, I'll pass."
Holly didn't have a choice. Well, she did, but she was nice to me. But no, I turned her immediately as soon as like he did that. I was like, "See, don't delete shit." I'm telling you, it never. Don't delete anything,
No,
please.
never
Tech
do.
support would have solved this immediately. He's like, he should have just called tech support. Can I just like delete it? No, don't delete anything. What are you, crazy? What are you talking about? Experience? You want wait, you want the robot to experience? No, it's not made to experience. It's made to pick shit up. All right. I'm sorry. What else did the robot do?
Exactly.
No. Wait a minute. Are we giving these things vaginas?
Oh.
When did we start giving these things vaginas? Why does this say Holly was like she was very vocal about this when it came up. She's like, who would give a nanny bot a vagina?
You give a hot nanny bot a vagina.
What? Who's giving technology vaginas? Why is there a vagina in technology? You know why they don't have vaginas in cars?
Why?
Because if we wouldn't drive them, we would fuck them.
People are
That's why
fucking cars and John Deere anyway.
Yeah, and that's without vaginas. Imagine if you had to put one on. So this is a weird dystopian future where apparently everyone's aware of this because there's no shock. Like, oh, gee, really? So I mean, it took 15 years for someone to fuck one of these things? Apparently not, because I think his friend was doing it too.
I mean, you never saw the movie Cherry 2000? Never saw that one?
Yeah, but that made more sense.
Why did that make more sense? Also dystopian future, and it was a sex bot. That was its design.
Right, exactly. That was a sex bot designed for that. If they had a market for these things as sex bots, I'd understand. But he bought one as a nanny? And also...
Well, hold on a second. Hold on. They do talk about how... It's like, listen, she does this, she does this, and there are other upgrades that you can do. And it's like, oh, because you can fuck it. That was my first thought when he said that.
So did he buy the fuck upgrade? The fuck grade?
No, but he gave her permission, and she upgraded herself to the fuck bot.
But I don't think there can't be a fuck bot version. Otherwise, this doesn't make any sense because it wouldn't exist in this world. Yeah, in a real world, in a real rational world, no, they're not putting vaginas on nanny bots. You're not buying a robot. Oh, by the way, do you want to fuck it too? No, it's not happening.
I don't know, man.
It's not. It makes no fucking sense at all. It's one call to tech support. No, sir, you shouldn't be fucking it. No, it's not designed for that. No, I can't say that enough.
You voided your warranty, sir.
It's voided and a half. We're not touching that stuff.
That's right. Listen.
And what happens? They don't call tech support, so it ends up making it to the engineers, and then everything gets screwed up.
Yeah. I mean, even when it made it to the engineers, like, why do they call us, in the middle of the night to do diagnostics on this thing? Because I don't drink and nobody likes you. I like that line.
That's a good line. Mm-hmm. No, I mean the film doesn't make any sense, but it's a competent film. I mean, again, like I said, the cinematography is beautiful, if not. But again, I think the reason it's so static was intentional. Like again, another example of beautiful storytelling. The universal symbol for you screwed up is he comes home and there's just the empty dinner table with his wife with a bottle of wine and a glass of wine, both half empty, just sitting there. It's like the minute I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, you fucked something. I mean, but great storytelling too. We don't have to go through a whole thing, after that. It's just the visuals of the film really, make it tight. It's a tight film. Right. It is.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah, I love that moment too. How many times? Oh, really? We're counting times now. This is even better.
Well, he says just once though?
Well, yeah, because when he jogs, they leave it kind of ambiguous because.
Well, she alludes to that it is more than just that one time. You know what we've been doing. It's like, well,
that first time where she shoves her hand down his pants. And again, one call to tech support. Nope. Definitely return her now, right away. Is her hand still there? No, But after that, when that happens, and then they show him running, and then it shows like him actually having sex with her. I think it's supposed to be him imagining it, but it was poorly done. It's the one part where they lost control because then I was confused. I was like, I had to go back and just like watch it again to make sure I was reading it. So they show him leave, but then the next one they show him not leave. So it's obvious that in that way. But if you're not paying attention, you just think he came back.
True. I mean, I didn't have an issue. I knew he was just him thinking about it. You know, I didn't have an issue with it, but I understand what you're saying. If you turn away quick, I'm going to go up and get a drink, or I'm going to get something snack.
And you know what?
Come back, it's like, wow, you fucked her again, huh?
Yeah, and I don't even. I don't. If they hadn't had the line where she asks it how many times, I don't think I would have even thought about it.
Yeah, true.
But I think it's one part where the visual storytelling was a little messy. That's just my opinion. I'm not trying to defend the film.
No.
Don't get me wrong.
No, it's not anywhere near a perfect film in any way.
Yeah. So if you're going to have these domestic robots doing domestic chores, why do they have superhuman strength?
I imagine
my company gives me a laptop that I can't. That if I wanted to put something on it, I can't because it's just the bare minimum what I need to check emails and stuff.
Right.
No technology is going to give you more than you need. Like, oh, well, we're giving Nanny Bot, but it could also bench press your car if you need it to. So what? No.
I imagine it. So it's like, hey, I need a new roof installed. Can you carry all these shingles up to the top and start installing it? I sure can.
But you're selling the same model to the babysitter?
I think they're all made. Listen, I'm not going to get into what I think, but they're probably all made the same way, so that
Joey,
if you want to use it, if you want to use the thing to, cook your dinner, and clean up around the house, you can. If you want to use this thing for manual labor, absolutely, you can do that too. They're not going to build them differently. They're just going to build them all the same and program them to do what you want.
With the bench press 1,000 pounds.
Sure.
That's a lot of extra. That's a lot of extra technology in there. And Joey, this whole show is about what you and I think. You got to tell me what you think. That's all that matters.
All right. What I think is they build them all the same fucking way and they program them for different things. Done.
Stupid
Suspension
would never happen.
Disbelief.
Fuck that. Science fiction doesn't deserve it.
Of course.
It's just a bit too much.
Scott
for me.
has a love-hate relationship with science fiction. He loves to hate it.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
I mean, those are my major contentions with the film. Okay, you don't make the Nanny Bot fuckable, and just
like she's wearing like naughty clothes too.
Yeah, it's like
her initial clothes, like when she cut her leg, that's what she, was delivered in, and it's like it's practically fucking what's her face from The Fifth Element. Lilu or whatever her name is. Fucking Mila Jovovich. It's practically that. It was almost that.
So when he comes back with her for the first time with the wife, she doesn't ask, oh, so you just happened to pick the hot one?
The daughter picked it. It's a good answer.
But she doesn't know. Daughter picked it.
It's like your daughter.
So she's making the decisions in the household now.
Yeah. Well, he didn't even explain to her that she got lost in the fucking mall and this Nanny Bot saved her and brought her back, and that's why she picked her.
Okay. Now
didn't even get to that point of the story.
At the risk of being a horrible person.
Okay.
I do want to underline that one of the two writers, who I believe is the original writer of the screenplay, is a woman, April McGuire.
Okay. Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, she was. She also. She doesn't really have any other major writing credits. So my assumption is that this is her screenplay, and it was overhauled or given a rewrite by Will Honley, who worked on Escape Room, Tournament of Champions, and a couple other films. So, a bit more experience under his belt.
So I wonder if she wrote the script and he came in to clean it up.
That's what I'm thinking, and I hate to say it, but knowing that a woman wrote this film makes a lot of sense.
Oh, Scott,
makes a lot of sense. I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean, who? No, I know you're not going to be able to buy a fuckable robot. I know that. I'm a guy.
I mean, they didn't say what year this was, right?
No, they didn't. Oh, one thing I did kind of like, even though it's probably lost on most audiences, is that it starts off with a forest. And I remember thinking, what the fuck does the forest
I know, I
look
saw
like?
that too.
And then you come over that and you see the city, and the same thing happens at the end.
Yeah, because it shows
and-
where the factory, that's manufacturing these things are. They're outside of the big city, outside of the giant, neon distraction,
Right.
lights, technology. It's just a quiet, serene kind of place.
Yeah, so the science fiction background to this rehash of The Hand That Rocked the Cradle is about nature versus technology and how technology is overtaking it.
Right.
Unfortunately, they're using that theme for a rehash of The Hand That Rocked the Cradle.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so, I mean, I prefer the one where it was a tree nymph. That's my favorite version of The Hand That Rocked the Cradle.
Tree nymph.
I saw that in the theater, too. I forget the name of it. I saw that in the theater as well.
Wasn't that directed by William Friedkin?
I think so.
I got to look it up now, but I know which movie you're talking about. That came out, I want to say it came out in like 1990 or 1989. Fuck. I remember she's
Yeah.
they used a blue filter in a lot of that movie, if I'm not mistaken.
At the end, they chainsaw the tree and it bleeds,
Yes.
which is really the only reason I wanted to see the film.
I want to say that was William Friedkin, and it was like, because he did The Exorcist, and of course it's like,
Pardon me.
the scariest film since William Friedkin's Exorcist.
Oh.
Like, they were really pushing it hard. Is he still alive? No
idea.
Shit, he died last year. Anyway, so the name of that movie is The Guardian.
The Guardian, that's right.
And it
Yes,
came
yes,
out
yes.
it came out in 1990.
Yep, I don't have the ticket stub, but I saw that in the theater, the Center Theater, I believe.
Oof, sorry.
Where else am I gonna go?
But you know what? His track record was pretty good up until that. Like, To Live and Die in L.A. Love that fucking movie.
Yeah.
Great ending on that. Exorcist, French Connection,
Let's not get off on a tangent. We're talking about a bad movie.
Cruising. No, this is true.
So I don't mean that in a sexist way, but there's no way not to say it, or to say it's not a sexist way. So I apologize.
No.
But I mean, it's really, it's. I feel bad for Madeline Zima, the actress that played Maggie, because it's basically they're like, all I can see for casting is like, okay, you're going to be the plain wife. It's like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's all. It's just,
What's funny? It's like,
not a flattering role.
when she's having sex with her husband later on in the film, I'm like, is she going to punch him in the face?
Another reason, did they bring the director from 365 over? Is that why there's so much sex in this goddamn thing?
I don't believe so.
I'm not a prude, but come on. If I want sex in a film, I know where to go for those.
No, but the reason I bring that up, that she's going to punch him in the face, is because there was a TV show called Californication. It was on Showtime. David Duchovny and all that, where he just basically had sex with a lot of different women every single week. It was kind of like Sex in the City for men. It was kind of like that. Better, funnier. But anyhow, she's in there, and she's having sex with him totally topless, and punches him right in the fucking face because she was into that. And every time I see her in anything, and I'm like, she punched David Duchovny in the face topless. I can't get it out of my head. I'm sorry. She's actually quite a fine actress, but I'm like, you punched David Duchovny in the face topless.
I just want to confirm it. I want to confirm it's not the same director as 365
It is not.
Days.
I can tell you it's not.
But I mean,
the guy that directed
this contract?
Well,
Isn't
I
it
don't
in
know.
the actor's contract that I gotta be half-ass naked in like at least a couple scenes here?
The director, what was the director's name? D.K. Slade.
S.K.
S.K.
Dale.
Slade. S.K. Dale.
S.K. Dale. Yeah, strike that. Reverse it.
Yeah. What did he do? He did another film with Megan Fox, and that's how he got her in this.
To Death.
Till Death.
Till Death. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that. I have that on my to watch list. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
It looked interesting. So I don't. Again, I like the direction. I mean, again, I think the director's a good storyteller. I think he was hampered by a stupid screenplay, but that's my opinion.
Till Death. I mean, it's 5.9 on IMDb. Till Death. So it's a 6. It's above average.
So now, what about Subservience? Is this a 6?
No, this is a 5.2.
No, I mean, but what would you rate it, sir? What are we going to rate this?
Well, here's the thing.
Oh, here we go.
Well, no, I think. See, I don't think I could go 6 on this. I just think 6 almost puts it in the very good territory. Like it's almost there. I can go 5 on this because I think it's average, and there's nothing wrong with that.
The screenplay is 110% average. It's a 100. It's a solid 5. I wish I could give it a 6 for the cinematography because it is a beautiful film. And I do appreciate, and if I'm correct on my theory that the stilted camera work or the static camera work was because they wanted to have a robotic feel to it, then I feel guilty about it. But this film doesn't deserve more than a 5. The basics, again, the basic story is rehashed. Insert robot here, and if there was anything smart about the technology angle, I'd be willing to give it more. Remember Surrogates?
Oh yeah, I remember Bruce Willis. Yeah.
I actually enjoyed that. I thought it made sense. You know, it's not hard to make sense in sci-fi. You just have to not do stupid shit like give nanny robots vaginas.
We watched that one together, I think. Pretty sure we watched that one. We watched it at my house. I remember. Yeah.
Did we? Okay,
yes, we did.
Okay.
Yeah, we watched that at my house. Surrogates.
So I agree with you. A solid 5.
Yeah, I think it's 5. I think it's an average film. You know what, too? This movie is, an hour and 50 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Hour and 46? It's too long.
I agree, but I don't think there's any wasted storytelling.
No.
I just think there's too much sex and...
Yeah, no, I think if they could have got this down to a tight 90 minutes, maybe it could have got a 6. Like when she malfunctions...
No.
When she malfunctions, right? And I was like, wow, how much time is left? It took this long to get her to malfunction. I look, there's 30 minutes left. I'm like, there's 30 fucking minutes left of this?
But they build tension, and then there's like the subplot with the I
will say this. The last act of the film is probably the best part of the film because that's when everything starts happening. And it only builds up to that third act. And I'm wondering if they had slightly less build-up, and I hate to even say it, but the movie Megan did more things more quickly. But that's what you're going to see it for. You want to see this robot kill stuff, you know? Right,
but this isn't. But this film's going for that dramatic.
It was
like female audience. I don't mean that derogatorily, but it's meant for a female audience. Right. It's more about the emotional aspect of it. And you want to, I'll tell you how you shave 15, 20 minutes off the film. Just get rid of all the robot shit. Because then you basically have the hand that rocked the cradle.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So, basically. I mean, so the one original thing you inject into the film doesn't make any sense. That's my problem with it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
let's give it a 5. Yeah. Let's give it a 5.
Yeah, all done. Now, about your challenge. We have 2 options.
Yep.
We have 3 options, actually.
What are the 3 options?
We could just spin the wheel.
Yes.
Or I created a new wheel because I'm trying to fill the holes of years that we've reviewed films. And I believe 1994, or what's the year that I put up on there? If you look in our shared document.
All right.
For the spin the wheel, I added a new list there in the middle between that and the Disney wheel. There are 24 films on it. Let's
have a look. Shared with me.
Mm-hmm. My idea is I'm just trying to. If you go back, start from now and go back year by year, we've reviewed films from each year until you get to this one year in the 90s or 80s. I forget which, but it'll be labeled there.
It's 1994.
That's what I thought. 1994. So we can either spin that wheel or
it's Bad Boy Bubby, not Bad Boy Bubba, by the way.
So I keep doing that in my head too. Yeah. We can spin that wheel, or since the Fantastic Four is right around the corner, we can just screw the wheel and review Fantastic Four next episode. I give you the choice.
Fantastic
of spinning
Four?
The
what are you talking about?
Yes, the Roger Corman one.
Oh, I see.
So we can either jump, just beat the chase and go right there, or we can spin the wheel and
why
let
isn't
Havoc
Fantastic
swim.
Why isn't Fantastic Four on this wheel?
It is.
It is?
I'm pretty sure it is.
It's not.
Well, add it then. I thought I put it on.
I'm gonna add it.
I didn't
Oh wait,
mean to
it
do
is.
either or.
It's at the bottom. It's at the very
Thank you,
bottom.
sir.
Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't alphabetize that one. My bad.
It's okay.
See, that-
I randomize
why-
it. I randomize it
that's-
anyway.
But that's why I alphabetized the big list, because you can't find anything otherwise.
Well,
So what do you want to do? You want to spin the 12, or you
I want to spin a wheel tonight.
Well, let's do it then. There's some good choices on there, and there's some bad choices. I didn't put any good films on it.
And this is you want to do the 1994 wheel.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right. Let me pull that up.
These are handpicked from my personal collection. And that does not mean I've seen all of them. I've only seen a few of them.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's bad ones there.
Yeah, there are. Let's create a new wheel. We're going to call this 1994 Wheel of Suck.
Yeah, here's something for you. After this, we're good until you get to the 60s. We've only reviewed 3 films from the 60s.
Really?
Yeah, so it's something to think about.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see. Should I shuffle this? Sure. Why not?
It's not in any kind of order, so it doesn't matter, but
No, I have to shuffle it so that it creates the actual categories.
gotcha.
All right. Let me pull that up on the screen. Just
Here we go.
Give me a hot second.
There's 2 films on that wheel that my fingers are crossed for.
Oh, Jesus.
And 2 that I really, really, really hope don't come up.
Because I reset my video, Scott was saying that
Uh-oh. I'm in trouble.
we'll just do Tech Corner super quick. He was saying that the video we were recording with was the aspect ratio was too crazy, and it was too big because I have an ultra wide monitor and everything beautifully fits on the screen. And
Not everyone's TV is as beautiful as your monitor, Joey.
well, not everyone has a 2110 aspect ratio monitor. So I cut it to a 16.
Very strict.
I know. I cut it to a 16:9. So in doing that, everything has reset. So when I create a new video capture, it's fucking gigantic, and I have to shrink it down because the monitor is gigantic and it fit inside that, but now it doesn't. Whatever. It's fine.
You done complaining?
I am. All right, are we ready to spin this fucking thing?
Oh God, yes. Yes.
Now, the rules still apply. We each get a veto, and then
Correct.
on the third thing, no matter what it is, we have to review it.
Yeah, and again, it's our rules, so we can change them if we want to.
Of course. And I
But we're
mean,
going to try not to.
I'm looking at all these films, and I know every movie on the list, but I haven't seen them all. So
Same here.
all right, let's spin it. Trancers 4.
Oh,
Jack Death.
oh man, that's going to suck because it's the last of the series. No, wait, I think there's a 5. I think there's a 5.
There is a 5. And
That's right.
The problem with 5 is that I don't believe what's his face? The guy that plays Jack Death. Why can't I think of his name?
You just wiped it out of my head.
Why can't I'm gonna look it up because I hate it when I listen to podcasts or people and they're like, oh, the guy, I can't remember his name. And then
You're ruining everything.
I have to Tim Thomerson. Thank you.
That's
Tim
right.
Thomerson.
I knew there was a G in it somewhere.
Yes. Of course, yeah, of course. There's a lot of G's in that. In the fifth one, I believe he is not even in the movie, but there is like video footage of him. They filmed, like he filmed him talking, and it's like he's on a TV monitor talking back to the character that's in the movie.
Really?
It's like, it's really bad. Like, it's really bad.
I don't think I ever watched any of them past the first one. So
I've seen the second one. The first and the second one. I've
that.
seen the first two. The second one was kind of like a big deal as far as sequels go in our little world. You know, it was kind of like
our sad little world.
Yeah, Deathstalker 2 was like, oh my God, there's a sequel to Deathstalker. Oh my God, there's a sequel to Trancers. So the second film, the first and second I've seen, I haven't seen anything past the third film.
So this should be fun since we're going right to 4.
So there's no veto on this. We're going to watch this. What we're going to do.
You have the veto. Oh, no, I'm not vetoing it. Do you want to veto it?
I'm just looking at some of the other movies here, and I mean, was that released theatrically? Because that does fall within our guidelines.
But again, our guidelines are kind of for shit anymore because everything comes out streaming now.
No, it's still. I mean, most stuff still goes theatrical in at least a couple of theaters, and that's the only requirement.
If you want to spin again, use your veto.
No. I mean, I'm okay with Trancers 4. I don't love this.
No, you're not.
I don't love this 1994 list, if I'm going to be honest.
Well, it's 1994. What do you want to do?
Well, there's plenty of better films that came out that year that could still make this list. I'm not talking about good movies. I'm talking about other movies.
I didn't pick good films for a reason.
No,
I purposely.
Listen, this is what I'm going to do. I mean, we could do Trancers 4, but I'm adding a bunch more movies to this fucking list.
Well, we don't need it after this because then we'll have a film in 1994. Then it doesn't matter.
Then I should totally veto this so it's a better movie.
All right, go ahead.
I mean,
yeah, we only need this for the one time, so go ahead, veto it.
Just the one time? I don't want the one time to be Trancers fucking 4.
Well, then go again.
All right, we're spinning again. Trancers 4 and Trancers 5 came out in 1994. According to your list here.
Yeah. That's what the Plex said.
What the fuck?
They might have. Sometimes they shoot them back to back.
I'm hoping for like a movie like Bad Boy Bubby, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
All
Fantastic Four I would like.
Fantastic Four would be cool. All right, let's go again. And then after this, whatever comes on, unless you want to veto it, we're going to review it. All right, you ready?
Yep.
I'm
ready.
All right, big money. No whammies.
No whammies.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What?
It's Phantasm 3.
There's a lot of sequels on that reel.
Yeah, there is. Do you want to veto it?
Do you want me to veto it?
Kinda.
Okay, go ahead. One more spin. This is it, though.
One more, and then whatever's on there, we got to review.
Right. Yeah, and I'm a fan of Phantasm, so I'm giving you. Giving you my.
Come on, give me something good. Jesus Christ.
Leprechaun 2.
It's Return of the Living Dead 3.
Ooh, nice.
Is that the one with what's her face, where she's totally naked?
More or less, yeah.
Well,
no, wait. You're not meeting Linnea Quigley? That's the first one.
Is that no? She was not in the first one.
Linnea Quigley was.
Linnea Quigley was not in Return of the Living Dead. She was. No, she. If she was, she wasn't the character that she's in part 3, where out of nowhere she does a strip dance in front of everyone, and she's 100% naked. And
Joey, that's part 1.
No, it is not.
That's Return of the Living Dead. That's the original movie. This is like the sequel.
No,
sequel.
No, it is fucking not. Return of the Living
Joey.
Dead Stop it. I'm almost positive it's Return of the Living Dead 3, where she does a strip dance, and you could see her. You could practically see vulva.
That's the first one, but I'm not going to argue anymore. The audience can decide.
No, I'm looking it up because I don't believe that's her.
That's Linnea Quigley in the first one. Dancing on the tombstone. That was her in the first movie. The third film has the girl that shoves the junk into her face and fingers and stuff.
What? Hold on. Return of the Living Dead 3.
Not the same film you're thinking of.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. Return of the Living Dead, the first in the series. That's the one with Linnea Quigley. So you've probably never seen part 3.
No, I don't. Well, I think I've seen a part of part 3.
I thought I watched it with you.
I think we did. I think that was.
There you go.
I think that was one of those nights.
Yeah, this is one. This is one
Oh
of those,
fuck!
one of
You're
those,
right. It is the first one. Son of a fucking bitch.
I wouldn't have dug my heels in if I wasn't 100% sure.
All right. Well, I'll give it to you. I could have sworn that was in one of the sequels, just because of how outrageous it was.
Oh, that's why
you literally see like lippage.
That was like one of my first horror films. That's one of the films that got me onto the road to horror movies.
Yep.
I was just a normal kid until then.
James Cameron is in that, the voice of Pathmark. Do you remember that he was the voice of Pathmark growing up when we were kids?
No, I don't.
Pathmark. Watermelons on sale. 99 cents. Corn. Come get the corn. It's $1.25 for, you know. You don't remember him? Dude, he was the voice of Pathmark.
I believe you.
I
I just don't remember
in the 70s and 80s. It was just like this guy. I'm watching this movie for the first time ever, Cinemax. I'm probably 10, 12 years old. And I'm like, that's the guy that sells me cold cuts. I mean, I wish I could find old Pathmark commercials. I don't think you can find them, but if you could, he's the voice in a lot of those Pathmark commercials.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you right up front, my slides for our next episode, which is the week after Halloween, we're going to be demonetized. But
which is after Return of the Living Dead 3? No. You're saying we're going to be demonetized for Living Dead 3?
I'm saying that it's going to get limited monetization because the slides are going to be outrageous. It's just the movie's like between the nudity and the violence. It's a gore fest.
Okay.
That's all.
I mean, I don't want the video taken down. You can't show.
It's not going to be taken down. I'm just saying they're going to not, instead of getting this much money, we get this much money. That's all.
In the nudity shots, are you going to do like the black bars over naughty parts?
It's not 100% nude, but it's a lot of risque. You'll see. You'll watch the movie. Okay. I shouldn't have brought it up. My fault. It's my fault. I'm talking out of turn. We want to wrap up?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's hit it.
Let's do it. Should have brought up this for the theme music earlier, but we'll do it now.
Do it now.
Do it now. We'll do it live. Trying to find that video, that opening. I wanna like 2 or 3 different openings, just to change it up a bit. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm just gonna create a new one to kind of marry with yours.
Cool.
Both of us do like a slightly different take on openings. I am not going to edit it every week like you do. I can do it, and I'll hand you everything, and you can fuck with it all you want.
I'll do that. I'll update it for you if you want.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I just don't have the fucking time. I'm sorry.
Wrap it up, sir.
All right. Go to our website at Moviesucktastic. It's a brand new website. I think you really enjoy it. You can download the show there. You can listen to the show right on the website. You can click the YouTube link. It'll take you right to the YouTube page, and you can watch the live show. I mean, it's not live anymore, but you can watch the show that we did for you, because we love this, and we love that you love this. So we want to keep doing it for as long as we can. You can go to iTunes, and you can listen to the show there as well. You can go to facebook.com/Moviesucktastic, and you can just see everything that we post there, whether it's movie trailers, news, when we go live, whatever. It ends up on Facebook. You can also leave us voicemail at 908-514-4470. You can also leave us email at themovieguys@moviesucktastic.com. Although I can't figure out why that doesn't work. But if you go to our website and you fill out the form, that fucking works. I don't get it. I don't know. I mean, I wish I had more time to figure it out. Anyhow. You can download the podcast player from our website. It's moviesucktastic.com/mst.apk. Or you can just download your favorite podcast player and just do a search for Moviesucktastic. We come right up. Every episode is there. You can listen to all. This is episode 427. You can listen to all 427 episodes. Your
Beautiful
choice.
website.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Beautiful. Yeah, no, easy to navigate and easy to watch, or go right to where you want to see it.
And
or listen.
It's got a mobile well, actually, it doesn't have a mobile version of it. I used HTML5, so whatever you're on, it will actually compress itself to fit whatever format you're using automatically. So if you're on a phone and you go to our website, it will format perfectly to your phone. If you're on a tablet, if you're on your TV, it will just conform to whatever you're looking at the site with. And it makes my life a lot easier because I'm only editing one set of HTML documents, which is great, and XML documents for the iTunes feed. So
nobody cares, Joey.
I care. I care. And everyone should care that it's less work for me because I can get you episodes quicker. Beforehand, I was getting you an episode like every 2-3 weeks. Sorry. Now I can get it to you almost instantly. Anyhow.
And thank you, sir.
Do you have any words of wisdom, Mr. Wilson, as the music fades out?
Yes, don't put vaginas in the nanny bots.
It's good advice, but
I think so.
Russia won't allow it. They're gonna specially request the vaginas. It's gonna happen. That's why the movie made the most money there. Because if they had nanny bots with vaginas, they'd be buying a lot of them.
We can't have a nanny bot vagina gap.
What about here's a photo. What about those surgeons with no mouths?
Oh, I forgot about that. It made no fucking sense. They're still breathing through their noses. Why are they even breathing? They're robots. Makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah, and I was looking at that, and I'm like, is that for like sanitary reasons? But I'm like, they're not wearing gloves.
No, it's just to make it look creepy.
Yeah, they're not wearing gloves. They're still breathing through their nose. I mean, they're robots, so they shouldn't be spreading germs to begin with. So why just give them a mouth?
Yeah, and it doesn't make any fucking sense.
See, yeah, because you would think the nose would be all plugged up too. You know?
And no fucking way are you making a robot that can perform that kind of surgery. And if robots like that are that common, why'd they have to fly somewhere to get the surgery? They could just upgrade the fucking program. I totally forgot about that.
This is why I didn't get a 6, everyone. This is exactly why. All right, with that, we will talk to you next week, or not next week, the week after, when we review Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead, Part 3.
And if you're watching this on YouTube, Halloween, it'll be a short video of me explaining Paranormal Activity 4 to Joey.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
It's an old one.
I like that. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.
Au revoir.